So welcome to the Talking Apex podcast. This is our first one, really, of how many eras to come. So I hope you enjoy. It's time to introduce our first guest. British F4 driver, currently first in the championship, leading by 20 points. So just have a welcome to James Hedley. Thanks for joining us.
No worries.
It's our first podcast, so this is kind of new to us. So welcome.
Don't worry about it. Cheers.
Right. So Annie, you want to take it away with some questions, or should we have a talk first? It's up to you.
We can talk first, and then we'll do the Instagram questions after.
Yeah. So how did yesterday go? I know obviously you had your Sunday.
Yeah, yesterday was good. From the disaster that we had on Saturday, it was really good to bounce back. And yeah, to get the win for the team was just what we needed. We're always on the back foot after missing FP1, but the team did a great choice with the wet tyres. I think it was pretty close either way, whether it was wets or dries, but we chose wets, and that's what we worked with, and that's what we managed to pull off. I think just with saving the tyres throughout the race, we managed to hold on to that one. But yeah, it was definitely a tricky call, and obviously it paid off, but it didn't look like it paid off for some other guys. So I think we just managed to, when we're in the lead, get a good gap and conserve the tyres well. So yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously it did work out well.
How did it feel to get your 10th win last week?
Oh, yeah, it felt pretty good. Just we didn't win at Snetterton, so yeah, I think the aim is to always, well, obviously you want to go to a weekend and win, so that's always the aim, but definitely a podium. So yeah, to get a win at every round, apart from Snet, obviously, is pretty good. So yeah, we just got to try and keep that going, keep the consistency, and that's what it's all about, really.
So fans, does it feel better to have people back at the circuit, or
100%.
Completely different feeling?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's not as big, and the atmosphere is still not what it was used to. But it's so much, 100% so much better. It just gives you that extra buzz. It's just so good to see them there, and obviously the atmosphere is a lot better with them. So hopefully more to come. But so far so good. So yeah,
we've got some questions from obviously people from Instagram that want to just know a little bit. Don't know if Annie's got them ones up.
I do. Okay. One of the questions is, what made you actually get into racing?
Well, I was actually in Spain, and I saw an off-road motorbike, and I don't know, it just looked pretty cool. I was young. I asked my dad if we could have one, and that was in summer. And then later that year for Christmas, I can't remember how old it was now, but I got my first 50cc scrambling motorbike, and I was just doing that for a bit, moving up the CCs, from 50 to 150, and just started doing that, and also went karting a bit with my dad at Thruxton. Then I started doing did some learning karting days there, where you did loads of slaloms and just general karting, loads of useful stuff. It's just learning how to kart. I did that there, so and then I just had the option to it's one or the other, we can do both. So I was really enjoying karting, even though I did really enjoy the motocross. I do miss it. Don't know what maybe changed my mind, but just started karting with my dad. Got a little Honda Cadet, and then did that for about 2 years, and obviously did Gillette Juniors, and then now we're here. So yeah.
The next question is, do you have any tips for a beginner karter or driver?
Well, first of all, go out and enjoy it. Don't spend too much money. Don't get too serious too soon. You need to definitely enjoy it first. Motorsport has highs and lows, and obviously it's very expensive. it tricks you into it. 'Cause you think, oh, you do karting, oh, it's not that bad, and then you move up, and oh, it's getting a bit expensive. You keep moving up, and it gets more expensive, and then where do you go from karting? Well, unless you want to go to the top of karting, that most people want to go to cars, and then that gets really expensive. So you've definitely got to be dedicated. You need to know your goal, what you want to achieve with it, but for sure just enjoy it, and as I said, just don't take it too seriously too soon.
Another question is, what is one of your biggest dreams?
Well, my biggest dream would be to race Formula One. That's more like a goal, if anything. But yeah, it'd be great to do that. Obviously, I want to be in Formula One, and like dream would be like to be like a world champion. But my dream and goal is the same thing. I want to be a world champion in Formula One, and that would be a dream, but it's also a goal kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully dreams come true. But obviously, I know it's a long way away, and you need a lot of money to get there. So yeah, it's something that other people may think you're stupid. That's never going to happen. But you gotta kind of just be fully focused on it. And I know, like, if I try my best and do everything I can to get there, then I'll be satisfied with myself. As long as I just stay focused on the path. Not even look at any other options. It's going to happen. And then yeah, as I said, as long as I do my bit, then yeah, I'll be satisfied.
You obviously raced for Janetta Juniors. What's like the biggest step up? Was it a step up to before? Would you say it's around the same, completely different?
Yeah, it's definitely a step up. It's a lot like qualifying time. There's a lot more to learn and know in F4. So you got the aero, you got to tire management. You can't race as well. Qualifying is more important. And yeah, obviously, I went down the single seater route, which is obviously different to GTs, but they both have aero. Obviously, we didn't get in the Ginetta. Obviously, Ginetta, we had just one tire, wet or dry. With the F4, we got a choice of two, which is very nice, but you got to learn both of them. And yeah, as I said about time management and everything else, and also a bit more physical. F4, you got to ramp up. It's not that hard, but you got to ramp up your fitness, especially compared to Jet Junior. And like obviously, the more you go up, the more fitter you got to get. So yeah.
Have you got any, Sean?
How did the car feel last week?
Oh, the weekend just gone, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it felt good. We didn't have time to develop it properly over the weekend. So obviously, we got the free practice. You got FP1 and FP2. To kind of set up the car for the weekend. There was a problem, nothing to do with the team's fault, just something went wrong. And then we had to develop our car in the next one, and that, as I said, put it on the back foot a little bit. But we finally got the sweet spot in the end, which is what we needed to do. So the car felt good. We got there. We were like just shy off the fastest lap in the last race as well. So yeah, we were quick. So yeah.
Well, what's your favorite track you've raced on?
It's got to be Knock Hill. It's a roller coaster for cars. It's up and down. It's quite a short track, but it's so good. You're getting bounced around everywhere. I said and sometimes you're on like four wheels. Obviously always on four wheels. Sometimes your four wheels in the air, and it's just it's a great track. So yeah.
So currently there's a 25 point gap between you and your closest competitor. How are you going to? Is there anything you're going to do to try to keep that gap?
Yeah, not only keep it, but you got to try and extend it. It's quite a bitter pill to swallow. Obviously after race one on the weekend on Saturday, we got all the way up to fourth. Was going to score some decent points, and then we got a punch on our last lap, which means we finished last. And obviously it's what could have been. We could have been coming away the championship lead, but quite an increased amount of points. But it is what it is, and to only come away with 5 points less than what we had to start with is quite a good achievement, considering we qualified quite badly, and obviously we didn't do race 1. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And we just gotta go back with the team, keep working with them, and obviously do my bit, keep training. I think qualifying is definitely going to be more important, and we need to round up a bit. So I need to find some qualifying pace, and just make sure everything is running smoothly in the practice and quality before that. But yeah, that's we've got 5 weeks to train for that, and we'll be should be good by the time we get there.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, who's your racing influence?
I like Max Verstappen. It was Lewis Hamilton, but I've kind of gone off him a bit now. To be fair, I think the guy that most influences us, not only to me but as a family, is Ayrton Senna. My dog's actually called Senna after Ayrton Senna. So yeah, he's a big part of motorsport, one of the world's greatest drivers, especially in the wet. And his skill especially back then, was just unbelievable. So yeah, he's got to be one of the ones.
Keeping on track with obviously F1, who do you think's going to actually win the championship? Obviously, it's a tight one between Max and Lewis at the minute.
Yeah, I'm hoping Max will, to be honest. It's obviously great that Lewis has won so much, and he deserves all the credit. He's definitely one of the best drivers on the grid, if not the best. But he's I'm just bored of him winning now. Do you know what I mean? Like I've always liked Max, and I've supported him since he got to Formula 1. So yeah, it's great to see their car developing, and hopefully Max will come and pull through. But yeah, he's doing a good job at the moment. So yeah.
Esme, have you got any questions? I feel like we've not heard from you today.
If you could change anything about the sport, what would you change, and why?
I'll change how much it costs, because it's it's unfair. It's motorsport. It's not really open to everyone. It's motorsport isn't open up for anyone really. It's just all for the rich guys. It's a rich boy sport, and it's hard to go into, and then it's hard to survive. It's not there's not many poor boys in there. I think I'm one of the very rare people. It is what it is. I don't agree with it, but you can't do anything about it. But it's just a bit unfair really, because it's not only, it's less to do with talent, it's more to do with how much money we have now, which is it's a shame. But hopefully that will change. I've seen Toto Wolff, he wants to support it and see how make it easier for obviously talented drivers with the source of money to get up there, which will be great. But obviously, until that happens, it's just a bit of a shame really, because you can pay yourself to get to Formula 1, even if you aren't really deserving to be there. So yeah, it's it is what it is. But that's what I changed.
What would be a team that you would like to go maybe have a race with from Formula 1?
I would for any F1 team that wants me to be in their car, that's obviously more than welcome. But if I could choose, I think Aston Martin would be pretty cool, because my middle name is Aston. So if I could James Aston, I know it's a bit not, that would be quite cool. But yeah, any of the teams really. But yeah, it's them in particular, or if not Red Bull, because obviously they're the fastest at the moment, or Mercedes. But yeah, if I wasn't going to go for the quickest team at the moment, it'd be Aston Martin.
Nice choice. Newish. I say newish team. They've been brought back really.
Yeah.
But how confident are you going into next round?
It's one of our strong tracks, to be fair. We were cricket testing at Alton Park, so yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good, but we just can't keep our track record off of qualifying badly, because Alton is when I say brands is like Monaco and you can't overtake both. To be honest, now thinking about it, Alton Park is probably worse than Brands Hatch. So yeah, you really can't overtake around there. So it's going to be tricky for sure. So qualifying so crucial. So yeah, but we were strong there in testing. I pulled it there last year. So yeah, it should be a good one.
Keeps you motivated.
Just my goal, really. Not long term, but medium term, which is obviously to be British F4 champion. But for me, it's not really about motivation, because before the season, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, and it was hard to stay motivated. So it was just all about discipline, waking up at 7, going for a run every morning, doing your training, not really sure why you're doing it or what you're training for, but it's all about discipline. And then once it came a reality that we could actually go for whatever as soon as we signed up for F4, and we're like, okay, we're doing F4, it's only 3 rounds, but if we get the money, we can do more championships. The goal was to be champion, and then obviously that helps with motivation, but it's more about discipline. It's just what you do. You get up, you go training, you do it because you ask yourself when you're training, why are you there? Because you're there because you want to. It's going to be a step towards your goal. So yeah, motivation obviously is nice, but it's all about discipline.
Well, obviously you share the weekend with touring cars, Ginettas, Minis. What's your favourite to watch when you're not obviously getting ready to race?
To be fair, my favourite is probably Porsche, just because. Oh no, that's a lie. My favourite is Ginetta Juniors. They always bring some great racing, and I do miss racing there myself. I don't think anything can quite compare to the racing in Ginetta Juniors, because it's crazy to think how good it is. I know sometimes there's a bit of a crash fest, but when that doesn't really happen, the fact that they're like 14 to 17-year-old kids just providing the best races. I know the feeling, obviously doing it myself, it was, I don't think nothing will compare to how good the racing was in those cars. So yeah, those are definitely the ones to watch.
If you weren't doing racing, what would you rather do instead?
A tricky one. I don't really know. To be honest, I'm not the brightest kid, so if I wasn't doing racing, I wouldn't really have a lot going for me, to be honest. But I'd probably still be at college, which just, I don't know, being a normal person, I guess. But I have no idea what I'd do. I can't imagine my life without racing. So I'll be lost without it. But I think luckily it's going to stay for a while. So yeah.
I think that's a wrap.
Oh, good. Cool. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
No worries.
So, enjoy, obviously, getting ready for the next race.
Yeah. 100%.
And good luck with the championship and all. And
cheers.
Yeah, well, that was a
Thank
good
you.
one. Right, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.